This is Travel Tuesdays. Every Tuesday we present you with another incredible country. Today we're looking at 15 things you didn't know about Cape Town. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get informed. Hello Aluxers, today we're revealing some interesting lesser-known facts about one of the oldest, most diverse cities in Africa, Cape Town. Cape Town, located on the southwestern coast of Africa, has been inhabited for thousands of years. The Khoikhoi lived on the island long before the city was established by European settlers. The area was first developed by the Dutch East India Company, and the first permanent settlement was started in 1652. This makes it the oldest urban area in South Africa. It was the largest city in South Africa for many years, until a gold rush attracted a greater population to Johannesburg. Cape Town has had a rich history that includes a dark past of conflict, slavery, and apartheid. Today, Cape Town is a thriving city that has a strong economy, beautiful beaches, first-class wines, and a very diverse society. It was named the best place to visit in the world by the New York Times back in 2014, and its beautiful landscape, diverse culture, and vibrant city life and historical significance attracts millions of visitors every year. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Alux. This city is definitely worth a deeper look, so let's cut to the chase and dive in to learn some more about this fascinating city with the 15 things you didn't know about Cape Town. Number 1. The earliest known name for Cape Town was Cape of Storms. Little is known about the early inhabitants of the area. The first recorded history of the city came in 1488, when a Portuguese explorer named Bartolomeu Dias became the first European to reach its shores. He named the area Cabo das Tormentas, which translates to Cape of Storms. It was later renamed Cape of Good Hope by another explorer from Portugal. Number 2. The British planned to make Cape Town a convict colony. In 1605, sailors from the East India Trading Company attempted to annex the Cape for the first time to claim it for Britain. That attempt failed, but in 1615, British diplomat Sir Thomas Roe came up with a plan to make Cape Town a convict colony. He took a ship of deported convicts to the Cape and attempted to drop them off, but many drowned and others were killed by the Khoikhoi. The rest of the convicts were removed from the Cape and the plan was abandoned. Number 3. The garden that was first planted by settlers in 1652 is still cultivated today. Cape Town was the first European settlement in South Africa, and when the first settlers began building a life there, they created a garden to help supply food to the community. That garden still exists today in its original location, right in the middle of the city. It's officially known as the Company's Garden, and today the well-maintained garden is a tourist destination that is full of native plants. It also holds the oldest pear tree in the country that was planted in 1652. Number 4. Cape Town was the first city outside of Europe to be given a blue flag beach status. The Foundation for Environmental Education has established the Blue Flag certification that can be attributed to a beach or marina. It's based on strict standards for water quality, safety, and environmental factors. The Blue Flag certification is a highly sought-after status. Spain has been named as the top Blue Flag location since the certification was established in 1987. Muizenberg Beach in Cape Town has the distinction of being named as the first Blue Flag beach outside of Europe. Number 5. The richest person in Cape Town is billionaire Johann Rupert. Johann Rupert is the chairman of the Swiss luxury goods company that owns Cartier and Montblanc. He also has some very lucrative investments that contribute to his $6.7 billion net worth. Forbes named him as the 228th richest person in the world, and he's the second richest person in South Africa next to Nicky Oppenheimer, who made his money from the De Beers Diamond Company. Number 6. It's the first major city in the world that's in danger of running out of water. In January 2018, Cape Town officials announced that in just 90 days, they would reach Day Zero, the day where all commercial water would be cut off except for essential consumers, such as hospitals. This extreme water shortage is a result of a 3-year drought. Households were also asked to limit their water consumption to just 23 gallons per person per house per day. Everyone is asked to limit their showers to 2 minutes. Restaurants use disposable dishes. Baths are highly discouraged, and bath plugs have been removed from all hotels. Children bathe in buckets outside, and the leftover water is used for gardens, pasta, and other dishes that have been eliminated because they use too much water. And car washing is a thing of the past. Fortunately, Cape Town did experience significant rainfall that pushed off day zero, but Cape Town residents are still following these strict conservation methods. Number 7. More than 60,000 people were forced out of a neighborhood due to apartheid. In 1948, the National Party was elected to lead South Africa with a focus on racial segregation, also known as apartheid. They created fear in people and tried to make white South Africans feel threatened by black South Africans. This resulted in multiracial neighborhoods being forcibly segregated. Perhaps the worst example of this was the Cape Town neighborhood of District 6. In 1965, District 6 was declared to be a slum because of the number of black people living there. All of the houses were destroyed and 60,000 people were forced to leave the area. Many of the people who lived there believed that the city really took the land because of its prime location next to Table Mountain and the city center. Number 8. Nelson Mandela was imprisoned in Cape Town for 24 years. Nelson Mandela was imprisoned a total of 27 years, and for 18 of those years he was held captive on Robben Island off the coast of Cape Town. From 1964 to 1982, Mandela was held in an 8-foot by 7-foot cell with only straw mats to sleep on. He spent his days breaking rocks into gravel and doing hard labor in the lime quarry, which permanently damaged his eyesight. He was allowed 1 visitor and 1 letter every 6 months. In 1982, he was transferred to another Cape Town prison, where he was kept until 1988. He was finally released in 1990 and became the president of South Africa in 1994. Number 9. A cannon has been fired off daily in the city since 1806. One of the longest-lasting traditions of Cape Town is the noon gun. Nearly every day at noon, a cannon is fired off from the top of Signal Hill. The only exceptions are Sundays and public holidays. The cannon was originally used to signal that ships were coming into the harbor, so that traders could bring their wares down to the harbor for sale. The tradition has continued since 1806, and there's also a backup cannon in case the first cannon fails, but that's only happened 1 time in the last 210 years. Number 10. The most expensive home in Cape Town costs $34 million. The most expensive home in Cape Town, and actually all of South Africa, is called Casablanca. It's located in the Camps Bay neighborhood of Cape Town and was put on the market back in 2015 for $34 million. It cost more than all of the other homes for sale in the neighborhood combined at the time. Casablanca has 8 bedrooms, 13 bathrooms, reception rooms that can hold up to 1,000 guests, a pool, ocean views, and an 18-seat movie theater. The home also comes with a 14-car garage with chandeliers hanging from the ceiling. Although it's very expensive for the area, it doesn't come close to being included in the top 10 most expensive houses in the world. You can check out those by clicking in the top right corner. Number 11. It has the oldest wine industry outside of Europe. The first settlers at Cape Town were tasked with planting vineyards so the wine and grapes could be produced for sailors to prevent scurvy. Over the years, the wine industry has grown and developed into one of the most well-known in the world. As it began back in 1652, it's also the oldest and longest-lasting wine industry outside of the European continent. Number 12. There's a constellation named after its most recognizable landmark. Table Mountain has been Cape Town's most prominent landmark since it was discovered. Table Mountain stands 1,000 meters above the city, and it's been listed as one of the new 7 wonders of nature based on hundreds of millions of votes. French astronomer Nicolas Louis de la Caille named a constellation that he discovered while he was staying in Cape Town after the city. The constellation is officially called Mensa, which is the Latin word for table. It's the only constellation named after a landmark, and it's one of the faintest and most southern constellations in the sky. Number 13. Africa's only species of penguins lives in Cape Town. The African penguin is one of the unique species that's found in Cape Town. They are only found on the southwestern coast of Africa. It's the only penguin species that's native to Africa, and they mostly live on 24 islands off the coast. But there are 2 colonies that have been established on the mainland of Cape Town. There's only one other mainland colony of these species in Namibia. The African penguins are more commonly known as jackass penguins. They were given this nickname because they make loud donkey-like sounds. They're an endangered species as well, and their population has gone from 4 million in the late 1800s to 55,000 in 2010. If nothing changes, they could be extinct as soon as 2026. Number 14. The Castle of Good Hope was built as a fort back in 1674. The Castle of Good Hope, also known as Cape Town Castle, was built between 1666 and 1679 by the Dutch East India Trading Company after there were rumors of war with the British. It was called a castle because, in addition to being a fort, it held a community with a church, a bakery, residences, and offices. The castle is now a tourist attraction with a museum and a permanent ceramic exhibition. It's also the oldest surviving building in South Africa. Number 15. The first heart transplant was performed in Cape Town. The first ever heart transplant was performed in Cape Town by Dr. Chris Bernard in December 1967. His patient went into heart failure, and Dr. Bernard performed a revolutionary procedure with the help of 30 other doctors. His patient lived for 18 days with a new heart before dying of pneumonia. He performed more than 10 heart transplants in his career, and he became internationally famous. But there was another important medical advancement made by a Cape Town native. Alan Cormack grew up in Cape Town and later moved to the United States. He developed the first CAT scan and won the 1979 Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine. And there you have it, Aluxers, some interesting, lesser-known facts about Cape Town. Now that you've learned some more about this great city, we'd like to know, have you ever been to Cape Town, or would you like to visit? Let us know in the comments. And as always, for sticking with us until the end, for being a true Aluxer, you get a bonus fact. Here it is, number 16. 7,000 plants found in Cape Town aren't found anywhere else in the world. Cape Town is rich in flora and fauna. The Cape Floral Kingdom, located on the southern tip of Cape Town, is particularly known for its biodiversity. It holds about 3% of the Earth's plant species over an area of 90,000 square kilometers. 7,000 plants that are found in the Floral Kingdom are unique to the area and are not found anywhere else in the world. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxers. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpicked these videos, which we recommend you watch next. Thank you for being an Aluxer, and we'll see you back tomorrow.